Good morning. It is 9 o'clock a.m. on Thursday, March 1st, 2018. I'm Christiana Ellis, and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. Still here at my vacation trip. It's another rainy day. It's raining harder than even, it's been raining pretty hard since last night, actually. Although, for a trip where I don't really need to go outside at all, it's not bad. I kind of like the rain when you don't have to go outside and get wet in it, It's kind of calming. I actually have a recording of a thunderstorm that's my sort of last resort when I have trouble sleeping for whatever reason. Don't need to use it very often, but that's kind of what makes it a good magic bullet, is that it's, I don't overuse it. It's a little bit chilly out here. I was up a bit later last night and had a little bit more to drink, and I'm not feeling too bad, but a little bit of stomach stuff, and I'm detecting a little bit of a tickle in my throat and stuff. So I'm hoping I'm not going to come out down with something. Although, any trip where you're spending close proximity with other people during flu season, it's always a hazard. Yesterday was a little bit mixed. I had some good news in the sense that I finished a book that I'd been working on for a long time, and in particular, this book had been mostly done but without an ending for a long time. And so finally finishing it was nice. It was a good personal accomplishment. So felt pretty good about that. But the afternoon was a little bit more anxious. I called and checked in with the kennel, and Luna was, the same, but, the same is also not better, right? So I kind of got in my head a little bit more about her in the afternoon. And in particular, like, when I had finished the one book and I was trying to decide what to switch over and work on in the afternoon, I had a thing that I had worked on last year a little bit, and so was an obvious, at least potential target for what to work on next, but I hadn't fully anticipated that where I had left it the last time I worked on it, it's basically has a main character who's a girl who doesn't know if her family is okay or not, and she's worried about it. She's worried that they may have been hurt in an attack, and she can't reach them, so she doesn't know if they're okay. And so that headspace was a little bit too close to home, and it kind of, I think, exacerbated the little bit of anxiety I was having already. And, so I kind of got, in my head a little bit about it, but that said, it was a good evening, and we kind of capped it off where a whole bunch of us were sitting around one of the dinner tables, and we were going through and reading some hilariously bad stuff where we were going around the table taking turns, and you had to kind of try to read as much as you can of this little bit, a couple paragraphs of whatever it was to, and keep from laughing. And, it's like, kind of like a drinking game, like if you fail, you take a drink, although nobody was really enforcing it super much. But, it's things like there's this chapter of Harry Potter written by an artificial intelligence program that's really bizarre and goofy, so we read that. We read a few selections from this hilariously bad romance novel called The Cattleman and the Virgin Heiress. And then, of course, in sci-fi convention circles, everybody kind of knows about the story of the Eye of Argon. And that's actually another one where, the idea for the game is actually something that's been played a bunch in various conventions, which is essentially just try to read the Eye of Argon. And without laughing, because it's super terrible. Um, I mean, not just in terms of like the story itself, but just like there's all sorts of really bizarre word choices and punctuation errors and everything that it's a challenge. It's a challenge. But so anyway, more writing today. Although I still actually haven't 100% decided what I'm going to work on. I think I'm not gonna pursue the other one right now. But in absence of that, I'm not sure what I want to try. Actually, one of the things I've been thinking of though is trying to write a little bit of an adventure, D&D adventure product based on some of the stuff that's been in so many levels. And there's a place where you can sell those, DMS Guild, and so that's something where, hey, maybe that would be something I could do and put up for sale there. That would be fun. And so anyway, I think that's where I'm at. I'm gonna go get some breakfast, and I'll talk to you tomorrow for 5 more minutes.